All right, it's winner take all time in the NBA and NHL, and FanDuel is giving you a shot to bring home a big win of your own. So right now, new customers are getting $150 in bonus bets, and that's with any winning $5 bet. That's $150 to bet on spreads, money lines, player props, and more. Visit FanDuel.com/UCSS and make every playoff shot count. FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Bull. Did you see the blueprints for the new renderings of the Dome Stadium?
Yeah.
How about it? How about it?
You mean the picture?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
the picture, I'm not.
We're going to call it pity party poll.
This is so funny because I can't even really tell where I'm not blaming the Browns. They did not mean to let this picture get out.
No.
And it looks like you could tell just big picture wise. It's like, ooh, it looks new and there's nice trees and it's all these lights and this is freaking Brook Park. So this is going to be sweet.
Well, you explain how
you can't even really see it.
Explain how it came out real quick in case people don't understand the backstory.
Well, Anthony Lima.
Lima tweeted
Lima
it first.
leaked it out there, and then they confirmed. Eventually, it was confirmed that it was
Northeast
real.
Ohio
Good job by
Transit
Lima.
blog, the Northeast Ohio Transit blog then confirmed this was a real rendering presented at the meeting, just like we talked about yesterday.
I was texting with Lima yesterday also.
This came out. It's a north-facing look. You can see downtown Cleveland in the back.
It's just after all the again, it's going to be beautiful. But after all the Bears renderings, where we saw all these angles of the stadiums, and it's like at night. I can't even see what's going on.
It is kind of dark, and I did want to see the stadium a little bit more.
Yeah, the Browns got to leak. They got to let out some other pictures because I want to see more.
This is definitely one rendering of about 16 they showed.
Exactly.
In the
I want to see the others that look better.
And only one came out. But we talked about what this new Brook Park facility could be, and not facility, but infrastructure could be. If that's what it ends up looking like, that looks like a lot of fun. That's like a lot of fun.
Listen, we don't know about the economic impact for the city, but I can't lie. I mean, it feels exciting to think the Browns could get this whole Browns town,
Browns world,
like 10 minutes from here.
It's so wild to me.
Yeah.
Look, there's when you talk about politicians and different things, sometimes like you gotta be forward thinking, man. Like, I remember, when growing up, I'm from Canton, right? And we talk about a lot of these cities that's this old steel Rust Belt areas, and they're not doing anything to move their cities forward. I mean, you don't have any commerce. You don't have any, go to Indianapolis. Everything is, you can move through Indianapolis all on, you don't even got to go outside in the winter because you got all these eye arches and ways where you can go. We talk about public transportation, right? Do you have any railways? Or do you have any subways? Or can you get a large group of people? Hey, do you even have the infrastructure to have hotels, right? So a lot of times this is going to cost a lot of money to move stuff forward, but a lot of times we don't want to spend the money to draw the big ticket items. So for me, this would be great if this was downtown. This would be beautiful if
in
it
a
was
perfect world.
In a perfect world,
yes.
But they don't want to move that way. They're not going to get rid of the airport. They're not going to do some of those things.
Well, I'm sure they'd love to get rid of the airport. I don't think it's that Mayor Bibb doesn't want to get rid of the airport. I think it's a pretty complicated issue. And to be fair, the city. Think about where Cleveland is now compared to where it was 15 years ago. I mean, it's way better.
But
yes, you're right.
But they're losing people, though.
They all are they?
Cleveland is not. Cleveland used to be a top 25 market, right?
Yeah, no doubt. But like the flats are much nicer and things are much nicer. And Justin Bibb, to be fair to him, he just became mayor like a year ago.
Yeah,
he can't do everything overnight. But I mean, public transportation's an issue. There's no doubt about it. A perfect world. I think everybody's going to be excited whether this, and the reality is it probably is only going to end up there or nowhere.
Take it against let's see the rendering. This is why I love renderings. When I was at A&M, there was a similar
renderings are exciting.
There was a similar situation where they were trying to build new facilities. You get the renderings. You see this is awesome, right?
Yeah.
Now what the counterpunch would be is if someone went on ChatGPT and put a dome on the Lakefront Stadium. And then you tweet out that rendering, and then you get the rendering
but
battles.
You can't just put a dome on it.
I know, but I'm saying renderings are awesome because you can make it look as there's no.
That's right.
There's no price tag on a rendering.
Budget. Yeah.
You could make it as exuberant. Excuse me.
Like all the buildings back there. I'm like, what is that?
$50 billion thing that's never going to happen.
You got both words wrong, by the way.
I'm not. I break down Cavs film. I'm not a speaker. The point is renderings. Yeah. It could be a $30 billion project in a rendering,
right.
when you have a $2 billion budget, which obviously you could do a lot with $2 billion. I love the back and forth, and the next rendering that comes out is going to be even more epic than the first one.
Right.
And hopefully it'll be better lit as well.
Yeah.
And then the next rendering will come out. And it's just all part of the picture.
It gets you excited. There's no way to not get excited when you see something like
exactly.
that.
And Earl, when I sent it to Earl goes, damn, think about Friday nights in the summer at a place like that.
Yeah.
And there's just so many opportunities for different things if this is what the outcome inevitably is.
Yeah. Especially because that area right now is just nothing.
If you say money was no issue, right? Would you rather have it the same situation there or downtown?
Downtown. But money is an issue.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
And do they have you can't put it in the same spot. You'd have to do it somewhere else. There was, like somewhere else downtown. Like, would it be all these dead buildings that are next to us here? Like, you got our building, and then you got the FBI building, and then there's just a bunch of
it's just
nothing.
I think the thing is you be greedy, right?
Yeah.
You think, like, you see that rendering and you're like, wow, that's so nice, right? And then you say, okay, well, what if that was downtown?
Yeah.
You always go to that because I will say this: there is something to be said with your stadium on Lake Erie.
Yeah,
it's just
absolutely.
It just
that was part of the excitement of the Bears Stadium.
Right,
you saw it right on the lake.
Right on the lake, man.
Yeah.
It's just, and I understand that there's some things that you can't really get into.
Yeah.
That you can't force in terms of the political nature of the business, but it just you see that dome, you're like, man, that'd be a great place to put
awesome.
it.
According to Anthony, by the way,
Trends.net
says Cleveland's population is 1.77 million, which is a 0.4 increase from last year.
So it's going up by 0.4.
It had been going down, and now it's going slightly back up again.
Because I moved here.
Go ahead, Earl.
No, I was about to piggyback off of that, but another thing, G, that you need to know, and boy, you was alluding to it. Shout out to Mayor Bibb. The crime rate, the murder rate in the city of Cleveland has dropped significantly for the first time in I don't know how many years. I can only assume 5+ years. So the city of Cleveland is definitely trending in the right direction. When you got legalized marijuana, legalized gambling, you got all these different restaurants coming into play. They're making downtown look beautiful. Every single time they get the opportunity to host a national event, man, my city put on in the most major way. And when I seen this design, and I told Mike, like, this is a fun Friday night. In my mind, that's a fun Friday night downtown Cleveland. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
And that ad was paid for by Earl to Pearl and City Council.
Oh no, that's authentic. That's authentic. Ain't no ad about that. Ain't no ad about that at all.
We talk about renderings and just being excited. Like the first rendering that leaks reminds me of like the first day of OTAs. Where, yes, real football is coming.
Yeah.
And we know at some point they'll put pads on and they'll hit and we'll have real games that have consequences. But we're going to do the topic again this year, just like we did last year. We did the year before. We'll do it every year for the history this show's on. How excited are you about the Browns on the first day of OTAs? You get that rendering, and it just leads your mind down the path of what the eventual outcome could be. And if that's the first step of where my imagination's going to end up running, by the time this is done, there's going to be a carnival wheel coming out of the stadium, G. If this is the first rendering we see, I can't wait to see how far this goes.
All right, let's leave it there for now. Speaking of football on the field, how close are we to an 18-game regular season schedule? We're going to talk about that next.